Aries. This is going to be a general reading for you for March 2025. We've got a lot of powerful energies coming in for March, but I have no idea what's going to come out for you in the cards. I'm going to start with a couple of oracle cards for you, and then we're going to use the Wild Reflections Tarot deck to get a general idea of your recent past, current energies, and potential outcome. And then I will pull clarifiers if need be. So let's start with our Enchanted Forest Oracle. We have the Silent Watcher. Think before making decisions. Interesting, okay. This is a really beautiful card. I really love the lights coming through, shining through it. So taking that time, really going still, being silent and allowing the information to come in when you need it. From our Spirit Animals Oracle, oh, wow, we have Owl, Magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through the deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Wow, Aries, that is such a beautiful card. Goodness, okay, you've got some magic coming in March. I'm guessing this is suggesting that you need to perhaps, and it might be a little challenging for Aries, who's so passionate, you just like to sometimes jump in without having to think too much. But this is definitely saying that in order to welcome in this magic, you may need to just take some time to be still and be quiet and allow it to manifest from within. Okay, I'm going to turn over these recent past cards. Interesting. Wow. Three of Pentacles, Strength, and the Two of Swords. Right. So this energy, because I'm pulling for March, this could be the energy that you're currently going through right now. This is the recent past. So recent past for March is possibly what's happening right now. This feels to me like you've been working on something with people. This could be a work situation. This could be a hobby, some kind of project you're working on. I'm guessing it's testing your strength and your patience a little bit and you're feeling like you're shooting blind. So you're not really sure where this is going. You're not really sure what to do next. This actually feels a bit like this Silent Watcher card, and as well as this Two of Swords. I'm feeling like you've had to just take a moment and figure out which direction to go. Normally with our Two of Swords, so obviously in this card our swords are our arrows. Normally with the Two of Swords we have the woman with the swords crossed over her heart. I always feel like there's two directions to go with this, and she's, sometimes it can be about blocking off the heart, which can be not a great thing, but I also see, because the swords are about the mind and also a little bit about the intuition, intuition can come up in different ways. And I feel like with the Two of Swords, sometimes it's actually good to close off the emotions, because if our emotions get too overwhelming, we can't hear our intuition. It drowns our intuition out if we're overly emotional. So with this fiery strength card being contained, I feel like this is saying that you've had to take some time away from whatever this is that you've been working on to figure out where you want to go next. Let's see what the current situation cards are. Wow, you have the King of Wands in the heart of this spread. For me, in this deck, this King of Wands embodies what we would normally classify as the Emperor in other decks, because the Emperor in this deck he's kind of like a medicine man or a witch doctor, and he pairs much better with the High Priestess than with the Empress. The King of Wands, you can see the world behind him. It's a map of the world behind him. He's the ruler of the world, and he's the only king in this deck who's actually sitting in a throne. And he has this staff, he has his magic wand. He's kind of the ruler of the world. So whatever it is that you're dealing with, you've definitely taken some time out with that Nine of Wands. This is the wounded warrior. You've probably had enough. You've got the Four of Pentacles there as well. This is kind of keeping things to your chest, holding on to things before, conserving your energy a bit. But you are stepping into this leadership role, whatever it is. I want to see what the outcome is, but I actually feel like it's possible that you're considering a new direction, and you're keeping this new direction close to your chest. You're not actually sharing it with anyone just yet. Whoever these people are, you're kind of veering away and moving into something new, and you're going to be the one in charge now. You're going to be the leader. He's come under this strength card, so he's got this power to do it. The Nine of Wands under this is sort of clarifying for me that whatever this is that you've been working on, it's worn you out. You're needing that rest time. So let's have a look at what the outcome is saying. Wow. The Chariot, Justice, and the Knight of Wands. So you are definitely stepping into this leadership role within your own life, because you're about to steer your own chariot. This is really about taking charge and heading off in a new direction. And this is fast moving energy. Look how fast he's going. He's powering forward. And this Justice card, this is about finding balance and getting what you deserve. I feel like you've probably been putting more effort into whatever this project is or this work is than you've been getting rewards in return. And whatever you're moving into, it's going to be much more balanced. You will be getting out what you've been giving. And yeah, you have been keeping it close to your chest, whatever it is. But it feels like it's actually a positive thing that you've been doing. I'm sorry. My cat Bowie has decided to make an entrance. Sorry, let me just rearrange things. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. He likes to help. Honestly, when he comes in, it means that whatever energy I'm working with is actually really appealing, because he was fast asleep when I started. There was no reason for him to wake up. So he's obviously really enjoying this energy of yours, Aries. So you've got this Knight of Wands down the bottom here. This is the cruisiest Knight of Wands I've ever seen. He's active. He's actually moving. So the Knight of Wands is a very action-orientated card. But, I mean, he's on a very peaceful lake, in this very peaceful location, chilled out, gently rowing his little boat with his puppy friend in the boat with him. And he's smiling and happy, he's chilled. So he's making progress, but he's doing it at his own pace. He's taking his own time. So what I'm feeling is that whatever direction you're moving in, it's all on, it's all on your say so. This is your choice. You're making the choice in which direction you're going to move. You're making the choice how fast you go. You're making the choice about how much you get out of what you put in. And you're taking the time that you want to take to do it. This is really beautiful. This is you bringing this magic into your world. I really, really love this. I feel like this Silent Watcher card, think before making decisions, that's what you've been doing. This matches very well with this recent past energy. And I feel like you've been, so it's the recent past and the current situation, it's still moving through. You've already started stepping into it with that King of Wands in that current situation. Keeping it to your chest, keeping it close to your chest, not sharing it too much. But I feel like it's starting to be profitable, and it's just going to take off. It's going to go flying, and this looks amazing. Whatever's coming in for you, whatever you're stepping into, this is really, really powerful. I'm going to pull some more of these Wild Reflections cards, because that's the energy. That's the flavour of it. I think this feels like it's the right flavour for these clarifiers. I was just wanting to get a bit more clarity on what's going on in this top row, and yeah, we have the Five of Cups. There's a lot of dissatisfaction going on. You haven't been happy. You've been coping really well. You've been holding that strength energy really well, but it hasn't been a great situation. And like I said, because this is recent past for March, I feel like you are currently experiencing this, and you're currently going through this right now, but it is shifting. Yeah, you're ready for a new adventure. You've put in a lot of work here, but at this stage, you're looking at what you've done, looking how far you have to go, and really trying to decide if you want to keep going, taking that time out. But this is that full. You're ready. You are very, very ready for a new adventure. You might not have stepped into anything yet, but you are ready. Definitely ready to step out of what's going on. Yeah. Okay, in this current situation, you've got the Nine of Swords and the Star came out together. So this is not one and then the other. These two are coming out. These coming out together are saying you have already put your faith in the fact that you are moving away from this anxiety. So you've got the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords. This has been too much drain on your energy, too much drain on your mental capacity. This has been too much. This Star card coming out with it, I always get the term wish upon a star, and I really love this card. It's got a flavour of the nativity for me, that little bit of magic coming in, of like the Christmas star, and you've got the two stars, the sun, this magical star in the sky, and she's laying out her tools and she's preparing a kind of ritual to bring in this magic. And it's all shifting. To have this come out with the Nine of Swords is like, yeah, everything's going to change for you. You don't need to worry anymore. There's no anxiety here with whatever it is you're creating. This is really, really beautiful. I wasn't expecting this. The readings that I'm doing for March are really surprising me. I keep thinking it's going to be really big and kind of world-changing stuff, because that's what I was getting over the last month or two. But the March, I'm getting all these sort of personal journeys, which are just beautiful, like really exciting. So things are changing on a big scale, but now we're seeing things changing at a personal scale as well. We're really making a difference in our own lives, which is beautiful. So we've got the King of Swords as another clarifier for this. I love this King of Swords. The King and Queen of Swords in this deck are just stunning. He's probably my favourite king of all. He's obviously a First Nations man. It could be Native American, Native Canadian, but even though he's the King of Swords, he has all this wands energy. He's got all this action. He's holding this bow. He's basically pointing the direction, and he has this gorgeous eagle as his spirit animal who's helping him, connecting with this higher mind, this higher intellect. So he's not just about cold logic and intellect, this particular King of Swords. He's about tapping into that great spirit energy, the higher intuition energy, and using that energy to take steps and make things happen. So we now have the King of Wands and the King of Swords, and as I said, he's embodying that Wands energy. This is wow, like you're really, really stepping into some kind of authority or leadership role. I'm going to put one more card there because those two came out together. Just to get one more bit of clarity for that current situation energy. Well, okay. I had two more cards that wanted to come out together. We've got the Judgment and the Three of Cups. Wow. The Judgment card for me is always a card of spiritual awakening, but it's not just about that. It's actually about taking steps to really deeply change your world. And having this Three of Cups come in after this struggly energy that I was feeling from this Three of Pentacles in this first row, whatever interactions you have from this point on, they're really going to support you with this higher level spiritual energy. It's a heart, Three of Cups, obviously a heart-based energy, but this is a, for me is, so I apologize if you can hear that siren. So loud. With the Star card and the Judgment card, with that King of Swords who's got all of that high spiritual energy, this is really about some kind of, I really feel like there is some kind of spiritual awakening that's happening with whatever you're taking on this leadership for. So maybe you're starting a new spiritual organization. Maybe you're going to start reading tarot yourself. Maybe you're going to open a new age store. Maybe you're starting up a meditation group, and it could be quite small to start with, but whatever it is, you have the people around you for this project are going to be really, really supportive, and I feel like it's actually going to get a lot higher, a lot bigger for you than you realize. You've got that Justice card down the bottom there, which is I've got the words reaping what you sow, which is not really what I would normally associate with the Justice card, but that's kind of what it feels like. You're going to be putting out all of this high level spiritual energy, and it's going to be coming back to you, and you're going to be cruising with it. Like, it's not going to be hard work. This is going to be really, really joyful and fun. You're going to have fun, not just alone, not just by yourself, but with whatever people are coming in. They're going to really support you. This is all about whatever magic you are bringing in. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. This is coming in for you, Aries. This is, wow. Okay, let's just pull on this bottom row. So instead of pulling 3 cards for that middle row, we got the 5, but they all wanted to come out. Yeah, you're steering your own chariot, rowing your own boat, and creating balance in your world with this brand new endeavor. Wow, 10 of Swords. That's death of the ego. Page of Swords and 4 of Wands. Celebration. This is, wow. So, yeah, 10 of Swords, as I said, I see this often as like a death of the ego. In the Rider-Waite Tarot, we see the 10 of Swords with the man basically lying dead, pierced by 10 swords, and his hand is in the Hierophant position. So for me, it's like that. The death of the ego allows that higher spiritual part of ourselves to awaken. We've got the sunset in the background. In this particular card, you see he's wearing a little crescent moon around his neck, which always evokes for me the High Priestess energy, as well as the moon, obviously. But the High Priestess has that crescent moon, and she's tapping into that high spiritual energy. He's got an arrow piercing his third eye, an arrow piercing his crown, an arrow piercing his throat, an arrow piercing his heart. This is very much about a spiritual awakening for me. Right underneath that Judgment card and that King of Swords and that Star, those 3 cards, right over the top of him. And this feels like that breaking through those old blockages that we sometimes get in our chakras, those old ways of doing things that we're letting go of, and stepping into something much, much higher. I mean, that's what this Justice is. That's what you're driving towards. You have the Page of Swords. It's just something new. This is like inspiration, new ideas. It's inspired new energy. And 4 of Wands, this is the 1111 gateway, and so much celebration, so much joy in this card. And they're in that 1111 gateway. This is stepping through into something brand new, and that's what this whole reading is about. Landing in that position of authority and driving your life into a whole new direction. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Rider-Waite Tarot just as a final message to see what the cards want to tell you for March 2025. Oh my goodness. The King of Wands with the King of Wands. Yeah. This is 100% clarifying that you are stepping into this leadership role. You are going to be so charismatic. People are going to seek you out for whatever it is that you're putting out in the world, for your humor, your wisdom, your passion and energy. This is really exciting. Four of Cups and the Emperor. Whoa, okay. This is like those two with that, right? Remember I said that for me, the King of Wands in this deck is like the Emperor? This is 100% clarity for this. This is, wow. Again, I'm sorry, I don't know why there are so many sirens tonight. I'm in a really tiny little town and we've got sirens going off all over the place. This Four of Cups is really interesting in between the King of Wands and the Emperor. I think I might need to pull clarifiers on that, because these two are obviously, it's all about leadership. It's all about the sovereignty of you in your world. It may have been that this is coming out of the dissatisfaction that you had above, but I do want to pull clarifiers. Let's have a look at that Four of Cups. It's an interesting energy to come right between those two cards. Didn't help that siren distracted me as I was trying to tune into it. Oh, interesting. All right. This popped out very determinedly, that Two of Pentacles. The World. Okay. Okay. And the Eight of Pentacles. All right. Interesting. Interesting. You're weighing things up. Your whole world is changing. Okay, we've probably got a fire somewhere nearby. Sorry, I just bumped the camera. I was so confused and baffled by these sirens that are going off like crazy. I'm suspecting we have a fire somewhere nearby for them to be going like that. But back to your reading. You're weighing something up here. And I'm not quite sure what this is. It's a huge cycle, a massive change, and it's something you're working towards. Possibly with this King and the Emperor, you, whatever it is you're moving away from, as you move away, it's possible that they're going to come back, these people that you've been working with or for, or working together, and they're actually going to ask you to come back as the head of this project, or as their leader, or whatever this is, and you're having to sort of weigh up your options. But it's the Emperor energy that you really want to step into. I know that this was over the King of Wands in this Wild Reflections deck, but as I said, for me, he's the Emperor of this deck. And you really do want the Emperor energy more than the King of Wands, because the Emperor is the ruler of your world. You know, he's all about sovereignty. He's the one that will, create this world in its entirety for you. He's a step up from this King of Wands. That's my opinion. You can go back to this if you want to, because it's obviously going to be a step up from where you were before, with the blindfold and not having a clue what you were supposed to be doing or where you were headed. But you are going to be weighing up your options, but the world is at your feet. This is going to be the end of a cycle. I feel like you are going to step into that Emperor energy, moving over into this higher minded, higher spiritual energy with all of this beautiful support. It's probably going to take a little bit of work, but this kind of work, this Eight of Pentacles, this is something you love. This is making money from a hobby. This is making money from something you would do if you weren't getting paid. So whatever this is, this cycle, I feel like you'll probably take some time. And this is a contemplation card. It doesn't have to be necessarily about boredom. This is a contemplation card. So I feel like this is you taking the time to weigh up your options, but ultimately you're closing out a cycle and you are going to be starting something new. And with the World card, it's going to be something really big. With that Emperor, it's the major arcana. It's really big, and you're going to just be so happy and you get paid for doing what you love. That's what all of our goal is, right? All of our goals are. Yeah, let me just pull. What do I pull? I pull just a couple more cards from the Wild Reflections deck. I know I said that that was closing out the read, but it just felt like there's something a little bit unfinished. Okay, I pulled the Empress. Emperor, Empress, yeah, you're birthing in something beautiful. Something brand new, something beautiful, creative energy. This is really earthy, grounded, beautiful feminine energy. You have the masculine, the feminine. This is really balanced energy, which we had with that Justice card. This is going to be really, really beautiful. So just get through whatever this difficult situation is. Take that time out as that wounded warrior that you need, and you've got this new adventure. You already know this is coming in. You're bringing it in already. So yeah, bring in the magic, Aries. This is you. Really excited for you. Have a wonderful March. Looks like it's going to be an incredible time. Thanks.